Hello, this is Daz from computer water cooling store DazMode.com, and this is part 6 of my complete water cooling guide. And today I will talk about pumps. How I select pumps? Well, there's a few exotic options available which we will not talk about. I am trying to help you to simplify your choices, so we'll go with something that 99.9% of people using in real life. So the choices is quite limited. Most of people first of all use DC powered pumps, which get powered from the power supply just from inside of your computer. So that's just additional component to your electronic parts inside of PC. Second, there's only real two big manufacturers used for DC pumps specifically. One of them called Lang, and you might have heard that name. Recently it was purchased by ITT company, which stands for International Telephone and Telegraph Company, founded in 1920. And not sure if Lang name will persist, but that's the probably number one choice for water cooling enthusiasts. And they make two pumps here. There's a host of companies who put value added sticker on them, and one of them is SwiftTech and also Coolants. So it's the same Lang pump with a different label on it. And who knows, maybe one day we'll make DazMode version of it. It's a good pump. The second company that you might encounter with is called Jingwei Technologies, somewhere from Hong Kong. And in most cases you see those pumps relabeled by EK Water Blocks, Denjiden, and probably some others in Europe whom I don't know. And those pumps quite often look just those little cubes. Okay? There's a possibility to get another variety from XSPC, as XSPC very aggressively working on the water cooling market, and they provide their own version of the pumps. Don't know how they are called, who they're making, but there's another opportunity you might encounter. But let's go from the mainstream product. The good deal going with mainstream is that you have quite a few accessories, because water cooling, it's about hobby, to make unique system for you. So if you can add some additional good components to your pump, that helps, right? So let's look at the specific models and how we differ between them. Well, probably hard to say which one is most popular, but definitely the most popular is Lang's products, which has two models, if you can see here. One a little bit smaller and one a little bit bigger. The biggest pump, called D5, also might have different name under SwiftTech or Coolants brands, and second pump, which is smaller, called DDC. Under names of D5 and DDC, that's most likely you will see on forums, so you will see how they look. Well, they're slightly different. The bigger pump is give you high flow, while the DDC give you more pressure. Which one is more important? Well, there's endless debate on the forums what is better, and we're not going into this debate, otherwise we can talk for hours. I would tell you that either choice of those pumps will work for you fine. If you start water cooling, just do like this. If you have a little space and you want compact product, go with DDC pump because it's small. A little bit more noisy, but I would say it's small. If you're looking for the models that you might change the speed and how fast pump works, and also if you're looking for something a little bit quieter and space is not as an issue, you can go with D5 pump. And I'll show you a little bit graphs here which I printed from Lang/ITT
and
website.
D5 chart first. And the reason I show you is
the fact that D5 pumps comes with two flavors. One flavor is a fixed speed, and other flavor is variable speed. And you can see variable speed version here. So you have a knob at the end, so you can change speed from 1 to 5. And the bigger number, the higher flow you have. And this is actual graph that shows you how much more flow you get with the changing speed of the pump. So it's from speed 1 to speed 5. And this is gallons per minute. The reason I actually showing this graph is the fact that fixed speed pump is set on speed 4. So you can see the difference between 4 and 5, it's not that dramatic. So while you still gain better performance with variable speed and maximum setting 5, it's not like day and night difference. So if you want to save $5, that's your decision here, and you can go with a cheaper pump and get almost the same performance. The main reason why people would like to go with variable speed pump version is actually opportunity to slow down the pump. That gives you almost not audible setup. So for people who working on silent builds, this is a priceless feature which doesn't come with other models. Having said that, you still can slow down not speed adjustable version of the length D5 pump or any other pump which allows different voltage regulations. You can do it with a high powered fan controller which has enough power rating to work with the pump. The pump rated from 8 to 24 volts, so the maximum performance you get at 24 volts, and at 8 volts it's a minimum. Here's the DC chart. You can see that flow ratings are lower comparing with D5. The same token we have a head pressure almost double. So one thing compensate other. Either choice will be good choice for your first build and probably for other builds as well. But what I would like to show you here is there's a few small variation between DDC pumps. The most powerful is called DDC 3.25, and that's how it's most likely will be called in the stores that sell them. It has the highest head pressure and highest flow rating. So if you're looking for pump with absolute ultimate performance characteristic and a smaller size, 325 is your choice. Now let's talk about some dependencies associated with length pumps. First one, I would like to make a very clear warning that those pumps, by their design, they get lubricated by the water moving through them. So never ever get the brand new pump and try to power it up to see if it will spin. You will destroy pump by doing that. So only test pump when they actually filled with the water. So it's very important, okay? Second, those two models between DDC and D5, they're coming with pre-installed barbs, and those barbs are plastic and they fixed size. D5 coming with the half-inch barbs for half-inch tubing. DDC comes with 3/8. So if that's the tube that you use, good for you. But let's say you want small pump but big tubing, what you do, right? So in this case you will have to replace this factory installed part called pump top with a custom solution. And there's a few companies, AKX, SPC and so on, so forth, who are making custom tops. So basically you just unscrew 4 screws, taking this piece of plastic, put in the garbage, and you put new piece of plastic instead of it on your motor part. What custom tops gives you is just give you a piece of plastic with a standard G1/4 threads on them, so you can screw any kind of fitting you want. It can be barb, it can be compression, angled adapter, anything you want on any size. So by installing custom top, first of all you give yourself flexibility of using any kind of fitting you want. Second, usually people trying to make better curving inside of the tops, which is allowed to water to flow faster comparing with the original manufactured developed top, and that gives you a little bit more performance. So usually when you install your top, you gain two things. First of all, you get a little bit more performance. Second, you get a little bit more flexibility for the change. The same story for D5. So you take, unscrew custom top away, you put the same looking type of the custom top, and you get very nice carved inner part, which helps you with improved performance. Second, you get a threads that allows you to put any kind of fitting. The same story. Okay, so in most cases those tops made out of acetal, not transparent. Also, if you will look hard enough and you want to see through, there's a acrylic version available as well. So if you would like to go that route. Another variation of the tops is opportunity to put several pumps together, like this top, for example. You see, this top is for 2 DDC pumps. So why you want a few pumps working together in one loop? There's two reasons. One reason is redundancy, right? So pump is the only electronic component besides fans in your water cooling setup. If it goes down for whatever reason, your system will overheat eventually and water will boil. So that's not something you want. So putting second pump is expensive proposition, but it's your assurance that if one pump goes down, the system still will work fine with second pump. Second reason why you would like the custom top is even further improvement of performance. When you first pump pushing water at the high pressure to the second pump, and second pump work even harder to get even more pressure right to the system. So some reports suggest you can have as much as 30% gain in the pressure with putting two pumps together. And those tops exist for two pumps, and even for some extremists you can have 3 pumps together. The same story exists for the bigger D5 pump. You can have a top that will incorporate 2 pumps together, and you will get redundancy and additional improved performance. The same story as for DDC. Well, let's switch to the Jingwei product. More likely you will see it as EK, which or Denjoden, who sells them most. There's 2 models. Bigger model, EK DCP40 or Denjoden something Pro, I forget the name. Well, those has a slight improvement over length, although they're less popular. They actually have already threads available right out of the box, so you don't need a custom top here because you can put any pump you want. So that's a little bit performance. The bigger version is approximately the equivalent of the D5 fixed version. So there's basically you go with fixed to this, you have a similar performance characteristics. A little one is a half power of the bigger one, and you see it's just small, and you also have a standard thread, so you can put any kind of fittings you want. The only option available that I'm aware for those Jingwei pumps is made by EK, and they have this top / reservoir combo for their pump. So you unscrew the standard top from here, and you just oh, actually, probably you don't even need to screw it, I'm not sure. And you put this top here, so you have one assembly which will make you reservoir and pump in one piece. So that's something that some people would like to do. Okay, and just to mention, XSPC providing their own pumps, and very often they just made as a combination of reservoir and pump together. So this is a little one, and they have a bigger one which takes 2 525 slots, so it's just twice as tall. I'm not quite sure what the source of those pumps, but seems they work okay for people who bought them. I haven't heard much complaint about them, so that thing works. One universal rule for all pumps, whatever you buy, is that pump has a predefined inlet and predefined outlet. So when you assemble your pump, make sure you have a right inlet outlet combination. This is especially important when you use a custom tops that allows you to have a different direction for outlet, for example. So this is inlet part, but outlet you can go either up as it with the standard top, or actually you can go the same way. So go in and go out the same way. So you have a two outlets. You just close one and use the one you need. So make sure that you don't try to feed and take water out of, you know, on the wrong plug. Otherwise nothing will flow and you can spend half a day trying to troubleshoot what the hell is going on. Believe me, it's happened to me too. So we spoke a little bit about the pump. The only last few accessories I would like to mention, as long as belong to the subject. One of the popular things that people do is to make combination of pump and reservoir. So you can see that XSPC make a fully assembled system for you. They comes with a single 525 slot, double 525 slots with their proprietary pumps they use, but also you can purchase reservoirs, pump combos for the standard length pump. This is example of bay reservoir for the D5 pump. So you can see probably better here that it has a mounting for the D5. There's such things exist for the DDC. There's also not necessary to be a bay type of reservoir. It can be freestanding reservoir when you have a pump just connecting on the bottom of the reservoir. So there's a different variety of those things. So if you if idea of combining reservoir and pump sounds as a good thing for you, that's something you might look as an accessory part for the pump and make this combo and just make two devices. The last accessory I would like to mention, there's something that's made by coolants. The people who would like to take more heat away from the pump and make sure that additional heat doesn't go actually in your water, which decrease your performance somewhat. Coolants come up with a heat sink that can be attached to the DDC pump, only for DDC version, nothing for D5. So that helps you to make system even more efficient with this thingy. And that concludes accessories that I would like to mention for the pumps, and I hope your selection will be much easier now. You might still see other models like Ivaki pumps or some AC powered pumps around, but I'm telling you, for the first build, just go with a good proven mainstream product that has a lot of accessories, and it will be much more fun for your build. I will see you for the part 7 soon.